and introduce yourself. Okay.
It's your
Then
boy
we got
Jason from JasonLWest.com.
Hey man, that's your boy right out of Atlanta. Um, don't
man.
need an introduction, man. Just a simple man with a simple plan.
What's good? What's good? Can y'all hear me?
Conversation. Live.
Hold on 1 second. Shoot, man. Every time I go live, I gotta close these. I gotta close these windows. But yeah, today we gonna be talking about a little bit of everything. But I know we gonna get into this Trump and Venezuela talk. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and play this first video, and we're gonna get straight to it. Oh wait, I gotta add the video. Just 1 second. I am pulling up this video. I don't know how this video is playing in the background. Okay. Let me close everything. And that's okay. This is a YouTube video. I thought this was a TikTok video. This is a YouTube video. All right, here we go.
A lot of people, especially online, are suddenly very worried about Venezuelan oil and it being
Can y'all hear the
stolen from
video?
us by the US government. Let me tell you something that might shock you. If this happened, it would be the best possible scenario for Venezuela and for Venezuelans. The US started the oil industry in Venezuela back in the 1990s. Who do you think actually put the money, the machinery, the infrastructure to extract the oil? The US did. And what happened as a result was that in less than 20 years, Venezuela went from being an agricultural country to one of the largest oil exporters in the world. Back then, Venezuela was producing over 2 million barrels a day, and guess who the main customer was? And yes, the president at the time was also a dictator, but during that period, Venezuela built its major highways, universities, hospitals, and infrastructure. How? With the money that came from the oil. The Bolivar, now worth literally nothing, was once equal to the US dollar. That's when Italians, Portuguese, Spaniards migrated to Venezuela looking for opportunities.
So wait a minute. You're saying that back in the 90s, the United States of America actually did good business with Venezuela that resulted in them having the infrastructure, them having their universities, their hospitals, everything that allowed for the people at that time to then benefit from the resources that was under their feet that they had no knowledge on how to extract, no industry, no machinery, no nothing. That it was a mutual relationship that was beneficial to both the United States of America and Venezuela, and that the people were happy with it. Even though you had a dictator and even though you were suffering, the people were relatively happy with the relationship that the United States of America had with Venezuela and that they were oppressed under our watch. It was actually beneficial for them. Interesting. But guess what you won't hear? You won't hear anybody that is a liberal or a Democrat ever recognize this or even bring this to the forefront. You know what they worry about? They act as though they have been in a situation where they were ever oppressed and the United States of America were the ones that were oppressing them. These privileged liberal apologists that have so much to say about everything, and if it was up to them, they wouldn't mind actually having the United States of America suffer at the hands of any of their enemies.
not having an opinion on things you don't understand. Let's talk about the Venezuelan topic a little bit more.
So, what do y'all think about the video?
Oh man, I yeah, it's interesting because I remember in the '90s when a lot of our industries did go to different countries. I didn't, we didn't have a clue, or we didn't have the internet to be looking up and seeing, where the oil went to and the pipe shops and stuff like that. So I think there's some truth to it. Man, it's interesting because I didn't know that. I don't know a lot about even the transactions with Venezuela and America, so I wouldn't be surprised, man, to hear that.
Yeah, I think it's just interesting to learn uh, 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 um, on a large scale the concepts of how the world works. You see what I'm saying? Between all these countries, once you study the Monroe Doctrine, 1823, and the Roosevelt Colliery and all that kind of stuff, then you kind of start understanding why this stuff works the way it works, and why these countries are doing what they're doing, superpowers and stuff. But yeah, a lot of people are just misinformed, and they act off of that ignorance. You know what I'm saying? That's the majority of people.
Yeah, I know. I mean, because a lot of us, I mean, including myself, I'm not real versed on foreign policy and what really goes on really outside the United States. So especially like back in the day, I'm like, why are we bothering people in other countries? Why is that even a issue? Or why are we even meddling in other people's business? Because yeah, a lot of us really don't pay much attention to foreign policy because we got so much stuff going on in the states we got to deal with that foreign policy usually is not anything that we really just be thinking about, even though it's important until we get older or whatever. A lot of times we don't even, there's nothing we even think about.
Nope. And you got to think about it though. If you once you stop and think about it, we knew to this. We forget that it wasn't always like this. People, they was trying to conquer lands, and they was conquering other people's countries, taking over other people's countries. They was claiming land. It's just like when Haiti had to fight for their freedom from the French. The French was way over here, way over on Haiti. Spain, uh, and the Spanish conquistadors conquering different lands and countries overtaking other countries. It's been going on since the Viking days. The Greeks. I know y'all watch all the movies like 300 and all that, and they go to the little land, and they got their fortress and they wall up, and they trying to come over their wall, and the archers are on top of the wall shooting them to make sure they don't come over the wall. This stuff goes all the way back. It ain't new, so it kind of makes sense when you find out that we at a point now where we're not always trying to. When I say we, I'm talking about mankind. We're not always trying to go colonize another country or take another land. So we're at a point now where there's more peace, but it still goes on but and because of all that, the way it used to be, that people had to put measures in place to protect their country and the sovereignty of their country, and they have to and they have to show their power, so people won't be quick to want to try them. Unless you're like Russia. Russia felt like they can overtake Ukraine. So even though Ukraine was once part of Russia, they became an independent country, right? So, but Russia felt like Ukraine wasn't power enough to handle them, so they said when they wanted them that land back, they came for it. So right now that's actually happening right now with China and Taiwan. Okay. But the United States is saying we're putting things in place, which they started, like I said, this go all the way back to the 1800s, 1700s, 1800s. That Monroe Doctrine go back to the early 1800s. And where they put that in place so they can flex their power over here and rule this territory over here so that nobody else be in a position to come and take over the United States. So these are chess plays. You see what I'm saying? All the superpowers are playing chess. Russia, Korea, Japan, China, Iran, Saudi Arabia, and the United States. Everybody's playing chess. They making sure that the national. It's all about national security because we don't know when one of these countries will get a wild hair if they behind and decide they want to take over the United States, come dethrone our president. That regime change over here. So the United States, they proactive, you know.
Okay.
And I think the United States got weak over time, and I believe President Trump understands that, and that's what he's trying to do. That's why he come to the concept "Make America Great Again." I think he's trying to restore power and patriotism back into this country, into the minds of the people, trying to restore patriotism, and he's bringing back, trying to establish power and respect from these other superpowers. We getting kind of weak. We relying too much on China financially and resource wise. You know, and when you rely too much on another country financially, that threatens your national security.
That makes sense.
And
That
then if
makes
you
sense.
and then other countries, you have to have strategic points. You know, like that's why Trump looking at Greenland, trying to make a deal with Greenland. So want Greenland to become part of the United States because their location, their geographical location, is important for national security. You know, that's why the U.S. got bases all over the world because every strategic place is important for the national security. Oh, somebody try to overtake the United States, Greenland. Yeah, I don't agree with overtaking Greenland by force.
Other people will get involved just for the heck of it. You know what I'm saying? And man, man, hey man, I ain't no expert, but that wouldn't be the chess move you want to make. You know what I mean? Because
I
everybody,
mean, Greenland might be a good chess move, but not by force.
it wouldn't happen by force, man. You know how fast, man. It'll be small people that'll step up to help because at that point it'd be too much power. Sometimes people will let you sit back and get some power. Like, all right, cool. But then when you step over the line, they're like, all right, if we allow him to do that, then we might be next on the chopping block. And some people will just fire off you know, uh, just because they got the itch, man. And we don't want that to happen, man. It'll be a problem, boy. You know what I mean? And we
Well,
don't have to go
hey,
about people coming into our country because we got hundreds and hundreds of ships out there in the water just sitting. So that's the only thing to give us a little hope. But yeah, I wouldn't want no conflict like that. I don't like no
yeah,
conflict.
No, no way, ain't no way. We don't want none of this stuff, man. Because a World War III right now would be crazy. That would be crazy, bro.
Man,
These people got some crazy weapons out here. They just that'd be just mad. You know what I mean?
right?
but hey, let me introduce my boy. He just popped in, my boy Brandon. Man, I've been knowing him for probably like about 4 or 5 years now. Man, everything health and wellness and politics and sports. Man, this dude, dogs, chickens, eggs, all of it. Relationships, man, this dude know it all, man. Me and him done been through wars together on these talking apps and all of that, man. So I was like, hey, I need you to pull up. And man, I'm glad he pulled up with us tonight. Hey, Brandon, you gonna fit right in with this group because hey, we do what we do, So man, feel free to jump in, do your thing right now. We just talking about Venezuela, and then there's a few more other videos I'm gonna play, and we just kind of just bounce off of that.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it, man. I'm definitely looking forward to building with you brothers. Um, it's funny, man. I just put up a post on Facebook, because you got all these raging liberals, Democrats talking about how it wasn't America first uh, for Trump to go in and get Maduro. And long story short, I said, I didn't, I didn't perform that well in high school or college. I graduated, with like a 2.9 or 2.8 GPA in high school and about the same thing in college. So I consider myself an average student, right? I don't consider myself to be exceptionally smart. But if I'm being honest, I do consider myself to be exceptionally intelligent. And what I mean by intelligent, I just think I have an ability to use common sense, discernment, deductive reasoning, inductive reasoning, all of these things that we call common sense at a higher level than most people. So I said, here's how it was America first, right? The last 26 years since Maduro has been in power, 1/3 of the population has left Venezuela. Right now, these are facts. I'm not making this stuff up. Right, 1/3 of the population has left the country because of one person. Right now, we in America, we hear all these retards talking about, oh my God, Trump is a dictator. Right, he's such a bad person. Right, he's a criminal. He's a convicted felon. So why the fuck you ain't leave? If he's such a bad person, right? If he's such a terrible person, why you ain't leave? If he's oppressing you so much, right? Why you ain't leave? So you got 1/3 of the population that has left that country because of the turmoil that he's caused since he's been in control of that country, right? A lot of those people came here illegally. Specifically within the last 4 years under the helm of Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, right? Illegally. And of course, they usher them in with open arms because, of course, that's their new voter base, right? Because black people don't vote enough to really keep them in power, and the reality is their policies and all that shit sucks, so nobody really votes for them anyway, right? They're just good to rile up the people, right? That's really all Democrats are good for. So they ushered in well over 10 million illegal immigrants from all over the world, but the overwhelming majority of them came from Venezuela. I don't think that's a coincidence, right? So now here's how is America first. The fact that Trump is getting as many as he can, I doubt he's ever going to get them all. It's just he's not going to be able to find them all. right? But he's doing a damn good job of stopping them from coming over here and getting the ones back that are here illegally back over there, right?
So
But
you
here's the
saying he
thing
doing
that
a?
these,
Hold on,
huh?
hold on. So you saying he doing a good job?
I believe he's doing an excellent job
Oh man, boy, they
within the amount of time that he's been in office.
them Democrats ain't gonna. Your brothers and sisters over there on the blue side is not gonna be
Them
happy
niggas
to
ain't
hear
my
that.
brothers and sisters.
You know, it is blasphemous to say Trump is doing a good job. Like that's you only you not afraid to lose your black. You gonna get called that C word, the N with an N.
Listen to me. I freely give the black card back. They can have it. I don't want it. This shit ain't worth nothing. It has no value.
Wait,
It has
somebody said
absolutely no value.
Uncle Ruckus.
Yeah. You can call me all that. I don't care. That because that's all they can really do. That's all they can.
Okay,
They can't debate me, right? Like intellectual people. So they start the Coon, the Ruckus, the Uncle Sam. They start all that dumb shit, right? So you can have the black card. I don't want it.
Hey,
The black card has never benefited me. It's never done anything for me.
you know,
Ever.
me
I like how
neither.
he put that though.
Huh?
I like how he put that. He said, "You can have the black card back. It ain't got no value." I
That
ain't
shit
never
ain't
heard
got no
nobody
value.
say that.
That shit is like an over limit debit card. I
If
can't do
they,
nothing with it.
I heard somebody say if the black card was a real card in a game of spades, it would probably be the two of hearts because it comes with no power.
No power.
It ain't the
Absolutely
ace of
none. It
spades.
doesn't beat anything in the deck. Nothing.
The the race card, the black card is literally the two of diamonds. It
It'd be
ain't
the Joker.
beating nothing.
Yeah. But look, let me finish my point, right?
Okay,
So
okay,
the reason why I was America first is because the fact that he's getting all those people can go back to their country now. A lot of those people couldn't even go back to their country because they were scared and they wasn't even allowed to go back to their country, right? So
okay.
now the tax burden, because we do know it's a tax burden. I live in Chicago. If you know anything about Chicago, dumbass Brandon Johnson, like it make my ass itch that I even share the same name with that dumb motherfucker, right? He spent over $1 billion on illegal immigrants, right? Now watch this. Great one, you know I do security, right? We literally had contracts with these real estate companies, right? Where we had to secure their buildings. And I literally saw within, I'm talking about a 6 month period, I saw multiple apartment buildings go from all black to all Venezuelan
Mm.
with my own eyes. You know how? Because they evicted all the black people. Now, don't get me wrong, they wasn't paying their rent. So I can't act like they just kicked black people out and they was doing right, right? They wasn't paying their rent, right? But here's the other thing. They kicked all the black people out that couldn't pay their rent,
But they
whether
weren't
they
paying rent
wasn't
either.
paying it irresponsibly or they just couldn't afford it. It could have been both. I don't know. If I had to really guess based off the area that I was in, the motherfuckers wasn't really paying their rent because they didn't care because they was on Section 8 anyway. So it is what it is, if I'm just being honest. But they replaced them with the illegal immigrants because the illegal immigrants was getting vouchers for rent for 6 months for free. And not only was they paying the government, they was paying the rent for the illegal immigrants. They was paying over market value. So what do you think the landlords are gonna do? They're gonna do everything they can to get the motherfuckers out. That's even if you're just paying market value, they're gonna do everything they can to get them out so they can get that check. I don't really blame them. I can't really be mad at them, right? This is what the city of Chicago was doing. All the schools that mysteriously they couldn't pay for, they opened those schools up and made them shelters for the illegal immigrants, right? So I don't know who he's talking to. Do I support Trump? I mean, I don't. If you can't tell by the way I'm talking, I would have to say yes. I think it's pretty obvious based off how I'm talking,
Where you
right?
get that from? I don't see that on the feed.
It's a comment that just came up. I don't even know how I'm seeing it. It's just automatically on my screen. I think because I got the comments up. But let me
Cool
finish my
views. Where
point.
you get that from?
I keep getting off track, right? So the fact that they're getting all the immigrants out, that's less of a tax burden on us, right? Because we pay that. It's not like the immigrants pay that. It's not like Venezuela pay all the money that it costs to bust these people around, to house these people, to feed these people, right? We pay that. The tax dollars we put in that they ain't put nothing in the pot. We pay that, right? So now we don't have that burden. That's America first, right? These people can go back to their country, right? And and because they're not trying to flee their country seeking asylum, we no longer have a overbearing amount of people trying to come here illegally because of the leader of their country is forcing them to leave. So that to me sounds like America first, like a
Right.
motherfucker.
No, I get it. I get it. Man, I just know when we start talking like this, you know what happened.
Listen, man.
So it is what it is. I'm finna play I'm finna play this next video.
Venezuela a national security threat and signed an executive order approving new sanctions against the country. In a fiery 2-hour speech, Maduro called it proof that Washington wants to topple his government.
President Obama will be remembered in the future for this decision and his aggression against the Venezuelan people, the noble people, because the people of Venezuela are a peaceful people. President Obama, you don't have the right to attack, nor to declare that Venezuela is a threat to the people of the United States. You are the threat to the people of the United States.
Obama's executive order targets 7 Venezuelan government officials for alleged human rights abuses relating to the crackdown of anti-government protests last year and the recent arrest of high-profile opposition.
This angry man. He be tripping.
So
in other words,
okay.
it's funny how the left liberals are outraged, and Obama was after this guy. What's his name? Biden was after this guy.
Okay.
Biden put a $25 million bounty on that man's head right before he got out of office. It's funny how both sides of administrations, both sides, left and right administrations, was after this man. But when Trump decided to go get the man, he done broke all the laws in the world. He done did this and that. It was some Americans out there protesting, talking about free Maduro. And now y'all want to talk about that when Biden was putting a $25 million bounty on his head. Y'all want to address this comment that came up? I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing this stuff come up on a live.
Hey, Brandon, your sound is it sound crazy. Hey, Jason, do Brandon sound crazy to you? Like a robot?
Look when he move a little bit.
Y'all sound the same way.
Yeah. It's coming on the radio.
Okay, go out and come back in.
Hey, what's wrong? Where you get that comment from about Trump doesn't support America's allies? Where you get that comment from? Because I don't see it in the live feed over here.
Oh, there we go, right there. Okay, I'm gonna pull it up. Now you see it?
Yeah, I can see it, but I don't see it in the live feed. I'm watching the what's
Okay,
called on my phone.
you watching the Facebook feed or the YouTube feed?
I'm watching YouTube.
Because it say it's on YouTube.
It ain't in the live feed though. Did he pay the?
No, it just say it just
It's not showing on YouTube.
yeah.
I wonder why it ain't coming up.
Damn, I don't know.
Hold on, you can see it ain't coming up on YouTube.
Yeah, I don't know. But damn, my boy, I don't know. We do we sound crazy to you too?
Is he talking? Go
Yeah.
ahead, let him talk. Hey, Brandon, say something.
Can y'all hear me? Check, mic check, 1 2 1 2.
Yeah, you sound like a robot.
Yeah, you sound like a robot.
I don't know what happened. He was doing good at first.
I know. Let me try something.
Y'all sound like that too.
We sound like that too? Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Hold on, y'all. We just lost 5 people with this thing going on like this. Brandon, you see that comment from Kevin Grant, 7098?
Say that again.
Do you see that comment from Kevin Grant, 7098?
No, I don't see no comments right now.
Look at your screen over to the go at the top where it says comments. You got private chat. You got comments.
Oh,
Top.
okay, yeah, I see it.
All right.
I
It's
just
lit up. It's lit up in blue right there.
support the healthcare of the poorest people around the world. He was just out for himself and the billionaires around him. That's the typical shit of the room.
Why is this live?
Yeah. Hey, I'm finna play this okay. I'm gonna play this next video.
Cool review. Hey.
Monroe Doctrine, but with the added Roosevelt corollary being exercised.
I don't know why we did this. Watch this.
Everybody is talking about the Monroe Doctrine with everything that's going on in Venezuela, so let's talk about the layer that everybody is forgetting. What this was the Monroe Doctrine, but with the added Roosevelt corollary being exercised on top of it. Now, the Monroe Doctrine says that foreign powers must stay out of the Western Hemisphere. And back in 1904, Teddy Roosevelt took it a bit further and said when instability, foreign interference, or transnational crime invite outside powers into the Americas, the United States will act to remove that influence. And that matters because Venezuela wasn't just unstable, it had become a literal foreign oil laundromat. For over a decade, but especially since 2019, China has used Venezuela to bypass U.S. oil sanctions. China state firms structured shady deals, routed oil through intermediaries. They employed a shadow fleet and were actually blending crude oil at sea. So conservative estimates put the amount that they were using at about 300,000 to 500,000 of barrels per day. At today's prices, that would put that at about 20 to 35 million a day or 7 to 12 billion a year. Venezuela also owes China roughly $60 billion historically. Much of it is repaid in oil. And that debt is the reason the CCP had leverage, preferential access, and insulation from sanctions enforcement. And that's quite literally commercial blackmail. Sanctions only work if adversaries cannot reroute energy, and Venezuela was an international workaround for not just China, but for Russia, Iran, and Cuba. So let's zoom out to Taiwan. A modern Chinese military campaign, especially a run on Taiwan, is going to be fuel intensive. Naval operations, you've got air sorties, you've got missile production, you have logistics sustainment, and all of that require massive uninterrupted oil flow. Now, China is importing about 70% of all of its oil. Much of it is vulnerable to maritime interdiction. And when their shadow supplies dry up, i.e. Venezuela, the ability to sustain a prolonged Taiwan operation falls apart. So I'm not one of these guys that says everything that President Trump does is somehow 5D chess, but this certainly was a chess move. All of this is why this is America first. Not only does it protect our interests in the Americas and remove a dictator favorable to a regime preying on our downfall, but it protects global supply chains. It's preemptive stabilization exactly as envisioned under Teddy Roosevelt's Corley addition to the Monroe Doctrine. So a foreign power exploited disorder in our backyard and the United States slammed the door. That is quite literally how the doctrine was designed to work.
I don't know why we did this. Watch this.
Everybody is talking about the Monroe.
Yeah. So that's what I was talking about earlier.
Okay.
Yeah, you froze up, Brandon.
I think he trying to work it out.
Yeah.
So what? So the okay, yeah, he went off. He went offline. So what exactly is the Monroe Doctrine? Like,
It was in the 1800s where they made an agreement with your European countries
okay,
where they won't be trying to have no influence on the Western Hemisphere and vice versa. So basically, that's y'all territory, this our territory, and we gonna establish our presence over here. And any type of foreign influence, especially from adversaries, will be removed. You know. So then years later, President Roosevelt came in, and he basically did a updated version of it, you know, and they called it the Roosevelt Colliery.
okay,
So basically, they're trying to say what Trump is doing over here with Venezuela is in line with the Monroe Doctrine and the Roosevelt Colliery to make sure that these foreign influences are not over here in Western territory.
I didn't get a chance to hear the video because my phone was going. I don't know what was going on. I had to switch phones.
hey, well, you good now?
Yeah.
Shoot, but shoot, we hold on. I'm play this next video. So we
Somebody, Mikey Famine said the Monroe Doctrine is in law. We are the foreigners.
Okay. What is this right here?
Brandon went back out again. He's struggling with it. Oh. Now you say offline.
Dollars fraud scheme. Already 77 people, many of them Somali immigrants, have been charged in one of the largest taxpayer-funded scams in U.S. history. Minnesota, home to the largest Somali community in America.
Huh?
Hold on a minute. I like they're trying to change the subject right there. Let's finish this subject right here.
Oh,
because they were talking about Somalian right there. So hold on a minute. I want to address the comment that Kevin Grant 7098 from London said. He said Trump doesn't support America's allies.
America has become the.
He
What was
said,
that? Okay.
Kevin Grant, 7098 from London, he said, Trump doesn't support America's allies. Americans on welfare, food stamps, affordable health care. He said the poorest people around the world, he is just out for himself and billionaires around him.
Sounds like the typical thing a liberal would say.
Yeah. My thing is, Trump got more to lose than he got to gain personally, from a personal perspective.
Far more.
Messing around with this stuff. So I know he ain't out for himself because that don't even make sense.
See, people conveniently overlook the facts, right? Trump actually his wealth went down in the first in his first presidency. He didn't gain any more money. He actually lost money. While every other politician that comes into politics, they mysteriously become worth millions of dollars, and they only get paid. I mean, at the most 250,000 a year. How much? What's the salary of the president?
President 400.
So how do you
Oh,
become a millionaire?
wait. Check it out, Brandon. I'm going to cut you out since you're
Uh,
saying that. He didn't even take a salary. He said, I'm not even going to take the 400,000.
that's what I'm saying. So he's the only person ever in the history of politics to lose money when he became a politician. Everybody else, they get filthy rich.
Mm-hmm.
So when people say stupid shit like that, it's like, I can't even take them serious. Like, I can't take him serious. He loses money by being the president. Like, I don't, it shit is weird when people say stuff like that.
So Kevin says, European countries supported us in Afghanistan. This is how he treats us. And Mikey Famine says, are you joking right now?
Yeah, I'm joking.
Hey.
Wait, you got to think about it. There's joking and there's facts. Nothing you said wasn't a fact. Facts is President Trump did not take a salary on either one of his presidencies, and he lost money. And when he built this ballroom that the liberals were complaining about, he didn't use none of taxpayers' money. But when Obama came in and didn't get permission from Congress to build onto the White House and build a basketball court, he used
Hey,
taxpayers' money. But
you
then
know,
we
you know
don't
what
know
they
what
say?
else about
That
that.
that was for because they had a plumbing problem. That's
Yeah.
what they say. Plumbing. I don't know how you get a basketball court out of plumbing, but hey, I don't know how that works, but okay.
Yeah.
What's a Trump
And then
coin?
hold on. He said,
Hold
Trump.
on. I gotta address this stuff, right? The Trump coin has nothing to do, right, with the
With Trump.
money he makes from the taxpayers. See the difference. See this I be trying so hard not to call people dumb when they say shit like that.
But Brandon,
Huh?
not only that, he's not putting that money in his pocket. It's
I
going
don't
to the
know.
country.
I don't know what he doing with the money. Even if he did, I wouldn't care.
The
It's his
Trump coin.
business. That's
The
his
Trump
personal
coin is
business.
no, it's not. The Trump coin. The Trump coin is going to the American government. The things he's doing has been making the American richer.
But I don't know nothing about the Trump coin. But what I do know is that has nothing to do with taxpayers' dollars. Now let's address this flying back and forth to Florida. What you don't know is he's allowed to fly back and forth home. That is a part of his stipend.
All presidents do that. What are they talking about?
I don't this is what I'm saying when they say stupid shit like that. It's like, what are you talking about? He's allowed to fly back and forth home. That is literally a part of his stipend being the president.
And that's the thing I don't like about a lot of liberals is that they there's always a double standard with Trump. The same thing, he can't do nothing that the other presidents did. That's the weirdest stuff to me.
Shit crazy, man.
I can't wrap my mind around it as if this guy is not doing the same things all the other presidents done.
You see what this retard said? He lives in the White House. No, he fucking doesn't. You really think that's his permanent residence? That shit is a farce. They don't really live in the White House, man. What the fuck are you talking about? His permanent residence is in Florida. Like, what are we doing? You saying I'm not stupid, but you sounding real stupid right now. Like, you really think these people are gonna leave their personal residence to go actually live in the White House? You really think that's what they do? Like, come on, man.
They have a
Like,
bed.
it's
I ain't never seen the bedroom, but where they sleep. Do they show that? Did they ever show that to anybody?
this shit is crazy, man. He lives in the White House. Like, come on, man.
So last week though, y'all got me.
I'm looking to that. Let me look into that.
If he actually lived inside the White House,
Yeah.
Man, I doubt it.
No, good and damn well Trump ain't gonna leave his multi-million-dollar house to go live in the goddamn White House.
Let me try something right quick. Let me see.
I'm looking it up.
At best, he might spend a couple of nights there every so often when it's convenient. Like, come on, man.
Like, he take his side piece to the White House. Man, it's just crazy though, man.
That's crazy. He a grown man and he really think the president is living in the White House like that.
Hey, no, that's how we were taught, bro.
Do Donald Trump actually live in the White House?
I'm looking it up right now.
Yes, Donald Trump does currently live in the White House as part of his second term as president, which started back in January 2025. So he's definitely residing there in Washington, D.C. right now. Outside of his time in the White House, he still considers Mar-a-Lago in Florida to be one of his main residences. So he splits his time, but right now he's back in the White House. What else would you like to know?
Is there any evidence to prove that he lives in the White House more than he stays in his other house?
Absolutely. There's quite a bit of evidence to support that Donald Trump is indeed spending most of his time in the White House right now. For instance, he's been sharing updates and photos of various renovations he's making to the White House, like changes to the Rose Garden and the construction of a new ballroom. There are plenty of media reports and images showing him actively involved in these projects on site. So it's pretty clear that he's currently making the White House his main base of operations.
Oh, no, I ain't thought about it, but I'm kind of with Brandon, man. I think it's a farce.
Look, see, this retard said, oops. If you don't understand how AI works, right? It's not like AI goes to the White House and sits outside the White House to see if Trump is going in and out at a certain time. They gather information from the internet and they use that to come to a conclusion. So obviously, if they're putting out pictures of him at the White House, if he's saying, I'm at the White House, obviously AI is going to use that to say, yeah, he's at the White House. AI is not a real fucking person.
Yeah,
Mikey.
I never thought about that, but you're making a lot of sense because, one, you got to think about this.
Like, come on, man. Like, I told you, I only had a 2.8 in high school and college. Like,
look at this.
I'm not that smart. Like, people got to use their brain more, man. Like, this shit is retarded.
For national security purposes, we don't want nobody to know exactly where to go get our president.
That's
in
true.
the middle of the night while he sleep. So Brandon making a lot of
Am
sense.
I muted or you guys? I can't hear y'all.
You can't hear us?
I
Can you
can't
hear
hear
me?
y'all.
Can you hear me now, Brandon?
I can hear him.
I can hear him too.
I can hear you too.
I can't hear you.
He having issues over there, boy.
Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
I don't know what happened. I'm not muted. I can see my microphone.
Can you hear us
Yeah.
now?
Nah. Yeah. Maybe what he can do
Can't hear
is
you.
since he
That's
can't
crazy.
hear
I
us,
can't hear nobody.
since you can't hear us,
I'm go to the
listen
chat,
through
private
YouTube.
chat.
Yeah, I can't hear
But
nobody.
YouTube is so delayed, bro.
Yeah. Or he might need to go out and come back in. Or yeah, he can just listen through YouTube or Facebook and chime in as he hear it on there. But now we can hear you loud and clear.
Now he brought up a good issue, a good point. You know, I used to think about that sometimes. I used to try to picture in my mind, you know, uh, what their bedroom looked like in the White House, and they walking around in their pajamas at night and they slides. So he brought up a good point that they probably actually don't even really just like sleep there every night.
Yeah, that do make sense.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
We hear you now.
Yeah, I don't know what happened earlier. I couldn't hear nothing nobody was saying.
Man, the Democrats got your phone, bruh.
Look, look, they don't want the people to hear this knowledge.
Say
Oh
the
man.
Democrats got your phone. They like, hey, we gonna get him up out of here. Him, them chickens.
Hold on,
Them,
Mikey said something a while ago. Let me see.
oh, hold on. Okay.
Hey, these people
Okay, he
gotta
said
do go ahead.
it's very costly for the taxpayers every time he leaves. Bro, ain't no president sitting up at the White House all day, every day. They on house arrest? What are you trying to say? It cost the president. Bro, it's in the budget. What are you talking about?
What the
This
fuck you
man,
want that man to do? Sit in the house and order goddamn Uber Eats and DoorDash? What the fuck? Like, what are you talking about? Like, yo, it actually it agitates me when grown men talk like this. Like it agitates me. Cause it's like, bro, you sound like a female. And I really don't want to be disrespectful, but you like if I didn't see your name was Mikey, and it's crazy your last name is Famine because it's almost feminine. But I would think you was a female the way you're talking.
But he
look,
not a Democrat though. He said don't get it mixed up. He not a Democrat. He just
I shit. I wouldn't have guessed. He
he's just a
sounds like a
detractor.
Democrat. What
He
are
what you
you?
call
If
he
are
what you
you an
call
independent? What are you? Because you're
no,
definitely
he's
not
what you call it.
a conservative talking like this.
He's what you call a detractor.
Okay. Man.
But look, now he said what did he say? Uh yeah, man, that they got it. Trump didn't even take a salary, and you worried about him flying to Florida and back. Come
Shit
on,
crazy.
man.
And then he said he increased his net worth by 3 billion. Go look up how, right? So
Right.
it's
Yeah,
not
the stock market did
necessarily
real
that he
good.
increased his wealth. The question is how.
Right.
It has nothing to do with the money he gets from the taxpayers. The overwhelming majority, if not all, because I don't know any other politicians outside of maybe Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I'm sure it's a few Mike Bloomberg, right? These are people that had net worths of millions and billions of dollars before they got into politics. The overwhelming majority, as a matter of fact, probably
Not this
100%
man.
of Democrats get their wealth from taxpayer dollars. That's a fact.
Now
Most
hold
of them
on.
never had a job outside of politics.
Yeah, because most of them go in they go into office with anywhere from $50,000 to $1 million net worth. Next thing you know, they all got millions and millions of dollars of net worth. And then we didn't know how. Then all of a sudden, when Doge come in and find all these weird agreements and these weird programs where our taxpayer dollars are going out. So now we figure out how they getting rich. They scamming us by creating these weird programs. $6 million going to bareback Africa to count frog legs. You know what I'm saying?
Some crazy shit, like some wild
money
shit.
is being cycled around somewhere, back to them in their pockets, in their friends' pockets.
They never create any businesses, but somehow their net worth exponentially increases. At least we can say Trump creates businesses. At least we can say that.
And then look, now Mikey finally said something to make sense. Look right here. Mikey said, I think Congress people should make the median income of their district. They want more help the people. I agree. You know?
I can
Well,
agree
now,
with
you know
that.
what? I don't necessarily agree with that. They can make the little 200. You know what I'm saying? They might make them want to go to work and do their job. However, we need to find out how they making all this other money, just like Nancy Pelosi. The money she's making in the stock market is almost impossible to do by just the natural order. She had to be having inside knowledge. You see what I'm saying? That's what they shouldn't be allowed to do. Because y'all keep talking about Trump worried about his own pockets and his friends. No, you need to be watching some of these Congress people that have been in there for 30 years. You need to watch how they line in their pockets and their friends' pockets.
I think it should have term limits in Congress.
I think there should be. I think it should be the same. I think there should be 12-year term limits for president and 12-year term limits for Congress people. Because sometimes president needs 3 terms. You know what I'm saying? To see everything through that he's putting in place. You see what I'm saying? And 4 years, every 4 years we vote. See if we want to keep the president. We keep him up to 12 years if we vote him in. And I think these Congress people, they should fight for their job every 2 years like they've been doing. And a maximum of 12 years, because once they get in over 12 years, they got these good old boy system going, and they set in their ways, you know, and they go to doing all these, what do they call it, alliances, and it just gets too corrupt after that time period. So I agree with you on that.
Why does he keep bringing up the emoluments cause? Why does he keep bringing?
I
Like,
don't
what
know
is
what
he?
that is. I'll have to look that up.
It's basically a clause stating that politicians cannot receive gifts without the consent of Congress. That's pretty much what it's saying. So I'm trying to figure out why he keep bringing that up. Is he trying to refer that to Trump?
Well, it's funny how they keep saying Trump out for himself and his friends, and he's doing the exact opposite of that. Everything he's done none of it has benefited him personally.
He actually just proposed a bill to stop large conglomerate real estate companies from buying up single family homes.
And
How does that benefit? How does that benefit his billionaire friends?
Say that because I've been saying they need to do that because they messing up the private market, housing market with that nonsense. They messing up the American dream. Man, can't nobody own a home with them doing that.
So I mean, I don't know, man. When people, it's sad because it's I don't have to like a person to think objectively about what's going on, like in real time, right?
Right.
How I
That's what I'm saying.
personally feel about that person doesn't negate if that person is actually doing their job at a high level, right?
I'm with you on that. I'm not finna let my dislike for a person disrupt my ability to be rational.
Right. And it's unfortunate because and I don't know if the what they call the Trump derangement syndromers are just louder than the people that actually have that can be objective, or if it's a lot of them. But
Hold on, let's address. I don't want to cut you off. Go ahead,
mm-mm.
Brandon.
I'm just babbling. Go ahead.
Yeah, over here. Let's go back to Kevin Grant, 7098. Get off of Mikey for a minute. Earlier, Kevin Grant, 7098, he said Trump doesn't support America's allies. America's on welfare, food stamps, affordable health care, the poorest people around the world. He is just out for himself and billionaires around him. Now, we already addressed the whole out for himself stuff. We already addressed that. That's nonsense. Now, as far as he don't support the allies. No, it ain't about not supporting the allies. It's just not being taken advantage of by our allies.
He's talking about NATO.
No, he's just talking about our allies. Like when he be making it, like when he was talking about putting tariffs on Europe. I guess that's what he's talking about. No, he's not. It ain't about not supporting our allies. It's just not being taken advantage of by our allies. That's what it is. He's not going to allow the United States to continue to be taken advantage of by our allies or our adversaries. Either way. You see what I'm saying? And
I
that's
want to.
what
I want him to.
and that's putting America first, like he say he does.
I want them to explain what they mean by he doesn't support our allies. You got to give me a better example of
Kevin, you
what he
still in
means.
here? Kevin ain't said nothing. Why he might be gone.
He just said something. He's still here. He just said
Oh,
something a minute ago.
I don't see him.
He said Trump said he loves the poorly educated. They are his biggest supporters. Now he's in power. He couldn't care less about them. Well, uh, Joe Biden also said that if you don't vote for him, you're not black. So I really don't give a fuck about nothing what you talking about because they all say shit that's questionable. So, like again, if you're gonna be objective, you got to be objective across the board. You can't just have Trump goggles on and try to use everything he says, if he even said that, right? If he even actually said that, and if he
No,
did,
I mean, wait a
guess
minute.
what?
That makes sense too, though. You got to think about it. First of all, wait, put it back up. He said that he's not doing anything to support them, and it would take the poorly educated not to realize that everything he's doing is in their benefit.
If I could prove that he did something for himself, what does it matter? They all do something for themselves. What are you talking about? Why do these people act like Trump is the only politician that do something for themselves? Shit, if I was in politics, I would do something for myself. What's the point of having that kind of influence and power and not do nothing for myself? What's the point?
Well, I haven't heard anything about him threatening Europe, but Greenland, I don't agree with Trump. Well, he's never said that he's going to take them by force. So I don't agree with him taking Greenland by force at all. I don't agree with that. So, I mean, ain't nobody, you ain't gonna agree with 100% of nothing nobody doing. But if you
Like,
got somebody, I never had a president where I agree with 80% of what they doing. This is the first time. You see what I'm saying? Y'all, we have to learn to recognize when something is benefiting us, when something is for us.
But see, I think the thing is the news media, especially the news media that a lot of us or black people will watch, is
Not
never
just
going
black,
to say,
the majority population.
yeah, they're never going to say that Trump is doing something positive or how what he's doing is actually helping. They're always going to frame everything he's doing as a negative, or Project 2025 or whatever it is,
Yeah, whatever
you
happened to
know.
that? That's so stupid, dog. I was telling them boys way back a year ago when they were talking about this Project 2025. I said, man, y'all stop it, dog.
Meanwhile, all this, like not all the stuff, but a lot of the stuff that they were saying Trump was going to do, the Democrats are doing in
Exactly.
private.
And then, hell, based on what I was hearing all year, the black people should be in slavery by now.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
thought we
we
was
should be
going back to
slaves right
Africa.
now. Yeah. We
Yeah, I
we
thought
should
they were
literally
sending us
be on
back
the
to Africa.
plantation picking cotton and sugar cane and shit like that. Like we should be slaves. Hey Mikey, I don't care if you agree or disagree. I just want you to make sense. And right now you're not making any sense.
Mikey,
He likes it.
we
Oh.
want you to disagree with us. That makes the show. But we're not going to sit up here and agree with you if it don't make sense. So we want you to disagree if you really disagree. But if we disagree with you, we gonna have to tell you.
They're arguing about the 14th Amendment right now. Did you know that?
Ron, what about the 14th Amendment?
I don't know. Mikey, that's what Mikey said. That they're arguing about the 14th Amendment. I
That's
don't know.
the birthright citizenship. Okay, so
Oh,
what's your point?
I agree with Trump on that.
I think they should get rid of it too.
Yeah,
It was it was for
that was for
it,
African American slaves.
it was for slaves. It was for black people.
That law is antiquated.
So I don't. What's the problem? Why do we
That
still
law,
need that?
that law is antiquated. It served its purpose for its time, and it's been abused by people that it wasn't even designed for. They need to get that shit off the books.
Yeah, like what purpose is it serving outside of illegal immigrants taking advantage of it because they know if they come over here and have a baby,
So
they
I
can
can I
stay
can
here.
illegally I can climb the wall with the wall of Mexico. A woman can climb the wall of Mexico and run over here and get caught by the what they call the ones on the border that
Border Patrol agents.
border patrol, get caught by border patrol, get put in detainment and go into labor and their baby a citizen. Get the hell out of here. Come on, man. Y'all gotta start using y'all brain, man. Y'all gotta start using y'all brain, bro. This stuff is getting ridiculous.
NATO countries. Was Kevin the one that say he's from Europe?
He from London.
Yeah. NATO countries purchase 62 billion worth of US military hardware every year. We should stop buying this from them. They are a threat to world peace. Okay, so stop buying it. And then your military is going to be fucking
Be
shit.
weak. Your military be weak.
Your military is going to be shit. It's already weak. It's going to be even weaker.
It's in your best interest to buy it because we're your allies. Because when Iran get on your ass, you're going to need our help.
Like you saying that as if that's going to hurt our feelings. Our military is still going to be the best military in the world. Your military is the one that's going to suffer if you stop buying our weapons.
Yeah, we helping you out. Y'all, this is weak. This stuff is ridiculous, dog. Some of the stuff, the thoughts we had.
It protects us as a class. If you take it away, they can say that you are not. What the fuck are you talking about? I was born here. My parents were born here. My
It
grandparents
protects
were born
you.
here.
Who
My
said
great
that?
grandparents was born here. My great great great
Mikey,
grandparents was born here. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? How are they just gonna erase over 100 years of goddamn family lineage from
Mikey,
taking
are
a
you black?
goddamn?
Is
What are
Mikey
you
black?
talking about?
Mikey, are you black? Answer that first.
He said we won't have so much money to invest. Yeah, we will, because you know why? We're going to charge your ass tariffs for bringing your sorry ass products over here. The same way you charge us tariffs for bringing products over there. Why y'all don't have American cars over there? Why? Can you explain that? Why y'all not driving Chevys and Fords over there in goddamn in London?
Okay,
Can you explain
Mikey
that to me?
said it black. Mikey, let me put you up on game, brother. Black people are not going back in slavery, and especially if y'all start acting like y'all got some damn sense sometime. Black people are not going back in slavery. We not using the birthright citizenship because our parents are citizens already. When we born over here, our parents are citizens. That makes us automatic citizens.
We're here legally.
We're here legally. We're legal citizens.
I didn't flee a country to come over here. My parents didn't flee another country.
Birthright citizenship was designed for us, Mikey. But we don't need a law for that no more. It's automatic.
The last time any of my ancestors was over here legally, we were forced to come over here. We didn't climb any walls or run away from a country to come over here. We were forced. We were kidnapped and brought over here.
Then that was legal then because we was invited.
Exactly. Which is why they made the law. So I want because Kevin said your military will be weaker because we're not getting the little money from London. Like that's going to bankrupt America. So what I want to know, Mikey, is right, since you think our military is going to be weaker because we're not going to have enough money for military research, right? Why is it that you guys don't drive Chevys, GMCs, Buick, Ford? Why y'all don't have those cars over there in London, but we got BMW over here, we got Mercedes over here, you know, we got all your foreign cars over here, which is fine because I like those luxury cars, but you guys don't have any of our cars over there. Can you explain that to me in a actual factual way? Can you explain why that doesn't happen? That question is for Kevin.
Mikey, nobody said anything about letting the states decide on birthright citizenship.
Hold on. He said they have lower standards for safety and emissions and fuel efficiency. You guys drive. Boy, I swear people say stuff, man, and it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Who owns Range Rover? Is that an American product? If I'm not mistaken, that's a European product.
Mike, you got to understand, bro. If they decide to get rid of birthright citizenship, they're going to have something else in place that says if your parents are natural citizens, then you automatically a citizen. They're not going to just say, well, we can decide after this baby born, even though both his parents are citizens, we can decide if we want to get his baby citizenship or not. Come on, bro. Y'all got to come on now.
These people talking about American cars ain't shit. Boy, y'all, man.
Hell, most people I know have problems at the BMWs and Range Rovers.
BMW, they are the worst fucking cars. They are the worst.
And they spend more money on repairs on BMWs than any other car I know.
They're the worst
and
fucking
Range
cars
Rovers after that
on the market.
I don't know if Range Rover is a foreign car or not, but I know those
it used to be.
right
I think. I know for sure. I know for sure it used to be, but I think if I'm not mistaken, Ford may have bought Range Rover. I could be wrong, but I know it used to be.
No, it don't really matter. At the end of the day, we only mess with each other because we both benefit from messing with each other.
Yeah, but the point is,
on some level or another.
Yeah.
On some level or another. Sometimes it might one side might benefit bigger than the other side. Either way it go, we only mess with you because we benefit, and you only mess with us because you benefit. At the end of the day, dog, y'all thinking too far into this stuff. This is ridiculous, dog.
But here's the truth: they need us more than we need them.
And that's possible.
That's just what it is.
That's possible. It may be a fact. But that
So,
ain't how the world works. But they have to have sense enough to understand that. That's the way of the world. Leverage. It's called leverage. You know?
but here's the reality, right? Since we're talking about, because they brought up the fact that they should stop basically purchasing our stuff. The truth of the matter is, we import way more stuff from you guys than you do from us. And the reason for that is because you guys charge us way more in tariffs than we did you in the past. So now that the fact y'all mad at Donald Trump for increasing or matching the tariffs that you have already been charging us,
Even playing ground.
why are you mad at us when y'all was taking advantage of us? All we did was say, you know what? We tired of being in this abusive relationship. Why are you mad at us? What kind of shit is that?
Let me see.
Like, why? I don't understand.
Highest highest core ever. Highest core ever said running a trade deficit is not a good thing. Right. You're right. And that's what Trump's saying. We coming in at a deficit. You charging us tariffs, we ain't charging you. That's business 101, bro. This is crazy. Y'all, I don't know where y'all get this stuff from.
Man, boy, they on y'all ass tonight. Boy, y'all done ruffle some damn feathers tonight, boy. They on y'all ass.
I know
Y'all
who paid the
stop.
tariffs. I understand how tariffs work.
Boy, you know you can't support Trump, man. Boy. But hey, it's after 10, so we gotta
Yeah.
kind of wind down.
Hey, y'all come next Wednesday, Mikey. And what's his name? Kevin. That's something for
Yeah,
y'all but next Wednesday.
yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
we for sure appreciate the engagement.
But I got a Kevin for question. I got a question
Okay.
for Kevin. Kevin, you said, and this is how he treats us. What is he doing? Treat you like what, bro? What is he doing that's so bad that's hurting you in over in London? He's gonna take birthright citizenship from African Americans. He's hurting us over in London. Now Eric Finley, oh, that's my homeboy. What's up, Finley? He talking about we're not slaves, we're prisoners of war. We don't even know our own history. No. We prisoners because we got sold out.
Oh
Y'all,
man.
y'all don't ever want to talk about that part. That our own people sold us over here into slavery.
Hey, look, man. Oh my goodness. The truth is, like you said in the beginning, we were getting sold as uh prisoners of war from other Africans, right? From other tribes. Then the white people got smart and said, you know what?
Why is we paying?
Uh, we ain't got to ask y'all for permission. We just gonna come over here and take y'all.
Yeah,
That's just the reality of it. But it
yeah,
started because our so-called brothers and sisters sold us out for some chicken change.
yeah.
That's just a fact. So y'all can stay mad at white people all you want. I'm tired of blaming white people for every goddamn thing. At some point, black people got to stand up and say, you know what? We fucked up. Now we got to take accountability for it and take back control of our shit. But as
Yeah,
long as we blaming white people for every goddamn thing, guess what they're gonna continue to do? We're gonna
I'm so sick of
continue to
that, bro.
be prisoners of war.
I'm so sick of that, bro. That victim mindset.
That's why I said take my goddamn black card. I don't want it.
Like you said, it ain't got no value.
I'm so sick of being a goddamn victim. Like I'm tired of that shit.
Bro, I go through that shit every day, bro. I just think, bro, stop. Cause I'm not riding on that victim train.
Who wouldn't
It's
want the
been
two of hearts?
I have never had a white person try to stop me from doing anything. You know, it's been the only people that's try to stop me from doing something.
One look like you.
Niggas.
Listen,
But I'm a real nigga.
bro, I'm gonna tell you, everybody in these comments, white folks ain't trying to stop them from doing that either. So I don't know what the hell they talking about.
Not once in my life has a white person tried to stop me from doing anything. Not once. Every single time I've been
Oh
tried to
boy.
stop, someone has tried to stop me from doing something. It has been a black person. Every single time.
Mikey said that you don't want to be black. Make it make sense.
No, I don't want to be a nigga. I love my black skin. I wouldn't trade my physicality. I wouldn't trade the tonality in my voice. I wouldn't trade my phenotype. I wouldn't trade none of my characteristics as a black person. I don't want to be you niggas no more. I don't fuck the black culture. That's what I'm saying.
Oh shit. Death and destruction.
Hey,
Is Dr. Claude Anderson say at the top of everything bad and the bottom of everything good? That culture?
hey, cool reviews. Where you get this guy at, man? This guy like took a time bomb over here.
Hey man, hey, he speaking his piece, man. He said y'all got to give up y'all black card. Y'all ain't down no more.
I got to get him up here, Brandon up here when Tim up here. I had to stop talking to Tim, dog. I said, Tim, I'll see you on the next show, bro. He texts me every day, all day. I said, Tim, I ain't with that victim mindset, bro. I tell you what, I'm through talking about this. I'll see you on the next show. I sent him the links last week and this week. He ain't log on.
The crazy part is like, there's a certain group of black people that brags about having record number of degrees, bosses, owning tons of businesses.
Listen, dog. I gotta cut you out. I ain't let you talk about our sisters like that.
Oh, but
Oh man.
how are you at the top of everything but still a victim? Everybody's against you. Everybody's trying to hold you back. You're the least protected, least paid, but you're the boss. I don't know, when will we get out the victim mentality? Like, you can't be the victim. How do you be the victim and the winner at the same damn time?
Right.
That be blowing me.
I would argue the opposite. I
Are
think
you the lion and the gazelle at the same time?
I would think that black women are really untouchable. They meet all the minority stats. They get hands off because nobody wants to. They get to play the victim at all times, whether it's feminism or they can accuse you of misogyny. They can accuse you of being racist. They can accuse you of discrimination. And so people so scared to mess with a black woman. It's really just the opposite of everything. She the most protected.
Yeah.
Man, that's what it seemed like. Cause I know the one guy that went head to head with him, R.I.P. the GOAT. He ain't here no more.
Oh, to my Kevin Samuels.
Yeah.
But
Hey,
he didn't
Mike,
really
Mike,
go. He didn't really like. I don't think that was his intention to be hyper focused on black women. Those are just the women that came
no,
up to his platform and said dumb shit.
yeah, they blew his channel up, so he like, okay, you know what? I'm entertain y'all then. And look here. I mean, it just turned it to that. But look at Mikey. Mikey says those just fired a bunch of the black women in the federal government, largest demographic affected. Why is that, Mikey? You got to ask yourself, why is that?
Man, don't nobody care about all them fucking black women that was in federal government jobs that wasn't doing shit. I don't give a fuck about that.
That's
Them
why I say
jobs
you
wasn't
got
essential.
to ask them why.
All them
So they,
non-essential ass jobs.
there you go. All them degrees in underwater basket weaving. That's what it gets you when they don't have to be, when they're not required by law to have you on the job.
Like if they can give you a job, they can take that motherfucker away. Who do you think pay for the jobs? Your tax dollars. It's not like a private equity firm where you actually make them money so they can advocate for keeping you on if you bring value. If you don't bring no fucking value
Exactly.
and the money start running out, what do you think they're gonna do? They're gonna get rid of the lower level till jobs.
Exactly.
And
Exactly. Y'all got to think
unfortunately,
about it. Government.
black women, with all the shit they be talking, they got a whole bunch of low level tier jobs. That's just the
Yep.
facts.
That's facts, bro.
So
You got
you
to think
saying
about
it as if they say, you know what, all these black women, let's get rid of the black women first. No, black women just so happen to occupy all the jobs that we don't really fucking need.
Thank
Oh
you.
snap!
He
Boy.
said, Mikey Craig, he said, it's just a fact. There's no reason for your voice to get all high pitched when I bring up just a fact from your boy, Elon. Sheesh. He said, sheesh.
Who voice gets high pitched? Mine?
I'm assuming he's talking to you.
Well, we can't hear your voice, so I can only imagine how you
Yeah,
sound.
yeah. Hey, but now, Mikey, you got to you got to think about, man, why so many of them lost their jobs. You got to think about if you own a company, right, and you got some people on your payroll that you would have fired a long time ago if you weren't required by law to keep them on there. What you think you're gonna do when they lift the law that's requiring you to keep them on the job? He said Brandon's voice got super high.
You see how they start deflecting when they don't actually have a valid argument.
Now I didn't hear no high pitch. Now you tripping, Mikey. You deflecting, bro. Oh yeah, we gotta go, dog. We've been on here longer than I
Yeah,
expected.
man. But hey, man, this is a hell of a conversation, boy.
We gotta
All
bring
we got to
Brandon
do
on every
now?
week, dog.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I
I'm
gotta
down
get him
for
up
it.
I'm
here
trying to get.
when Tim up here.
Boy. Hey, we gonna get it cracking, man. But hey, I appreciate y'all for showing up. I appreciate everybody for chiming in. And, hey, these conversations are needed. They helpful. And you take what you hear from these conversations, you go fact check, look it up, and come back next week. Hey, and we can do it again. But
Yeah,
I appreciate y'all for
one week
showing
I
up.
fact check. I came back next week, dude didn't want to talk about it. Tell me we can go one on one day. Nah, nigga, I want to talk about it right now on this show like you did last week. Now I got my facts. You don't want to talk
Hold
about
on.
it.
Who this done
There
popped
you go.
up?
Oh! Yeah!
Oh, who this
Is
done
that
popped
Tim?
up?
What's going on, fellas?
Hey, speaking of the devil.
Is that the guy Tim you was talking about?
Nah, that's my other partner, Sean.
What's
Oh,
going on,
I
gentlemen?
had
What's
to
going on?
bust his head one week up here. He
Oh, there
didn't want
you
to hear the
go.
facts.
Don't start. What's up? What's up, Cool Reviews?
Oh, we missed a 2-hour show, bro.
What's going on, Cool Reviews?
Good. We doing benediction, man.
Y'all closing it out?
Yeah, we closing it out.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah,
bro. Golly, man.
I got tied up. I said, let me just go on and peek on here so they won't think I done went AWOL on them. But
tell that girl to get off you, man, so you get on the show.
Whatever. But I'm gonna go on and close. I'm gonna have to go back and look at it. So y'all closing it out.
Hey, Sean, Tim ignoring me now. Last 2 weeks, he ignored my link. I trying to get him on the show. He want to talk to me on text me every day, all day, and I told him I ain't texting him no more. I see you on the show.
Okay, I'm gonna have to talk to him.
Hold on, you let him know he come next week. We got somebody for him now. This young man right here, Brandon, he don't play around.
What's up, Brandon?
What's going on, good brother? How you doing, man?
But I'll be back full throttle and ready to rock and roll next week. Ready to get it on. I'm gonna try to see if Tim can't get on there. We're gonna go full. We're gonna go raw. We're gonna go live and direct next week. So I'm gonna try to get Tim on here.
Reviews, you gotta have a good subject for us next week, man. It might, since you brought it up, we might have to do these black women next week.
Oh, man, boy, there y'all go.
We got to talk about that pastor too and what his wife wore. You see that pastor wife dress?
Jamal,
I'm not really tripping on that because you know that people thought it was the church was see through, but it wasn't. That was it was nude and black color.
Right.
I was just looking at it.
Yeah, I mean, she really didn't have that much showing. She just had little shoulders and arms showing. It was form fitting. She's showing her shape a little bit.
I seen it.
Yeah, it wasn't bad if people made it sound because they thought a lot of people thought it was see through, but that wasn't her skin. That was the color of the dress.
But a pastor wife supposed to be wearing that?
I mean, ain't nothing wrong with a pastor wife having a little something form fitting on. It wasn't no mini skirt. It wasn't no digging all
what they
over
trying to lead people? That's leading the congregation to lust. I think lust is a sin.
They can't help she fine, dog. And like I said, that's not her body. That's not her skin.
To be continued.
Her body's covered up.
To be continued. To be continued.
And we out.
I don't even like Jamal Bryant, but I got to defend the lady on that one.
I mean, that look good for the strip club.
Y'all want everybody to look that look nah, that ain't strip club level, dog. It don't close. They're not even close.
Lord,
that's something that's the evening gown. If you took your wife out on a nice place and she wanted to look like that's evening gown. Yeah, that's evening gown. If you look at any award ceremonies or anything, that's the evening gown.
Man, if I was to get married, my wife would be fine as hell. But nah, she ain't wearing that outside.
She ain't wearing that outside.
That's just a regular evening gown, dog.
Ain't nothing regular about that.
If you want her to wear robe,
ain't nothing regular about wearing that outside.
He keeps showing it.
Or you want her to wear
my camera froze. Can y'all see me?
Yeah, we can
my
see
camera, I guess. Well,